What's up, guys? Welcome back. Highside Broadcasting coming back to you guys live once again tonight. Second episode of the FTR Weekly Podcast. Once again, I've got hashtag Billy in the booth. What's up, Billy?
Hey, what's up, Eagles?
Not too much. With our first guest of the season. What's up, Tizzle?
How's it going, guys?
Not bad, not bad. How do you want to start this off, Billy? We're going into our first race of the season this coming Sunday with the B and C League Duels. What's your expectations going into these races? And just what do you expect, Billy?
Oh man, I'm ready to get going, man. I mean, I know these guys. They've been putting in a ton of work this week. I know I know some guys hadn't been able to practice a lot this week, but I know they'll be ready. We got a lot of newcomers coming in our C League. That's going to be really exciting because, I mean, we got a lot of guys down there that we don't know that I'm kind of interested to see, how they perform on the track. And it's going to be awesome, man. I mean, to have 3 leagues this season, kicking it off this weekend with our C and B guys, to start the week off is just awesome. I expect some great racing. Daytona's tight, it's fast, it's draft, so we might see some snakes every now and then going down the straightaway, but I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm ready to hit the booth on those 2 races. It's gonna be awesome.
Most definitely. This season has been a very long awaited. We've had these chats together. You've been putting stuff together for the last 2 months. We talked a lot about it last week. If you guys missed that, you can go back and check that video out. But with that being said, we have our first driver for the entire season with J Tizzle. So J Tizzle, what's your expectations going into the race? And kind of just tell us your strategy.
Well, the strategy is just to qualify in these duels and get up front for the start of the race. I don't want to be in the back and have to worry about having to check up or anything, and get back. It's going to be whoever's up in the front, those guys. It has a very good possibility of going green most of the way, and just to find some guys to draft with that are willing to work and keep that draft going, I think that the guys that draft the best together, that stay hooked up, will probably be the ones that are going to win the race.
Yeah,
So,
most definitely. Do you have any specific drivers you're looking to work with in the race, or are you just going to be one of them guys to, I'll work with anybody. As long as you work with me, I'll work with you. Just what's your take on that? Because you need partners to win the race for sure. It is Daytona.
Yeah, I kind of gain those ones over the race as the race goes on. I kind of like to keep an open book. I don't like to set anything too much in stone because it seems like it never goes as planned most of the time. Yeah, just kind of keep it open. I know who to go with, I like to look for the guys I know, kind of what they're gonna do. But yeah, no, I just kind of tail along. That's my strategy on these races. I kind of just linger in the back. I'm the guy sitting at 6th, 7th, staying in the back of whatever draft pack, just waiting for the moment.
Yeah.
Exactly. You kind of touched on that. When you come to these big tracks like this, you got Daytona, you got Talladega. You always kind of want to go with the person that you kind of know and trust, right?
Yeah.
You kind of get in the pack, and then you're around unfamiliar faces, that you see on the track and stuff, and then you kind of second guessing what kind of moves you want to make. But if you're around the guys that you're really, really comfortable with, and is going to tag team with you, it kind of makes it a little bit easier. You know what I mean? Because when we drop the green flag, not this Wednesday, but the next Wednesday for the actual race, if guys ain't on the edge of their seat, I don't know, they just don't like racing.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's gonna
You know
be
what I mean?
crazy. I just can't
'Cause
imagine that.
even
It's like a full field, like a NASCAR field.
Oh yeah, because it's just like, even in these practice races, man, we put on like, I don't know, 3 or 4 practice races this week. We've had a mixed bag of drivers, right? We had some guys that run the first race that didn't run the second race. Then you had guys that did run and didn't run. It's gonna be very, very, very interesting when the green flag drops to see who does what. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited, man. I know you guys are excited. I know everybody in the league's excited. So just ready to get this going, man.
Yeah.
One major thing, everybody looks at, the dual races, and then they look at the points race. There's going to be a major difference in driving style because the duels are not worth points, correct, Billy? That's just worth the starting lineup?
Yeah. So the duels is no points. You will qualify, and then then the qualifying will set the heat races. So where you qualify, well, it'll be where you start in the duels, and where you finish in the duels depends on where you start in the actual race. So it means a lot, not for points, but it means a lot for that starting position when we drop the green flag at Daytona.
Yeah.
It does, and I do believe the driving style from every driver in the field is going to be much different, but people can use it as a practice. But a major thing is with no points on the line, and it's really just a starting lineup, and at Daytona, that's not super crucial. There's going to be a big difference in driving style, but another thing I have to note is the size of the fields, because the duels are going to be split, half the drivers in one, half the drivers in the other. So it's going to be a practice, but it's going to be a mini practice. What are your expectations, Billy, going into these dual races on Wednesday for us?
Oh man, just by what I've gathered, and by the talent level that we have in our A group this season, I mean, I expect nothing but great racing. Just by the practice, we had a practice race tonight with the A League guys. Like I said, there's like 12 or 13 guys in there. No cautions, single file. We had double file. We had the high line working. We had the low line working. I mean, my expectations is pretty high. I mean, I have to say I'm kind of setting the bar kind of high for our A League drivers this coming up. I know Daytona's tight. One little bobble and a mess up, hit the apron or something, it can cost you. But I mean, one thing you got to look at, man, we got 33 drivers that will take the green flag.
Gonna be some
for
tough
the Daytona
starts.
500. So, I mean, that's 17 guys in heat race 1, and that's 16 guys in heat race 2. I mean, that's a full field just in one heat race. And then
Yeah, that is true.
and then you combine all these drivers together in one race, 33 guys. I mean,
It's going to be
like I
insane.
said, if you're not excited as a fan or a racer, then you don't like racing.
Pretty much, yeah. It might be a video game, but I have to say, after witnessing the practices this week, we had well over 25 guys the one night. And I don't think we had more than 2 cautions. And I don't think there was a major incident that didn't involve a caution. So that was all 3 leagues combined. So that really does set the tone with driver ability. We don't just have 33, idiots, and just 3 different series. We have very talented racers.
I think the hardest thing of those races is the start because
It is.
the cars are all wobbly and everyone's
Exactly.
wobbly,
Like for me, I'm
everybody's got a
really
different gear.
my car gets light through first gear. I lost it once in practice actually. Now I also have a shifter, makes it a little bit harder, but I'm not the only one. So there's just a lot of things to factor in, and I'm really excited personally. I've never been in a league race with 33 guys before.
Man,
I don't think
just
I've
wanna see
ever.
it on the broadcast. 30
Oh,
cars.
most definitely. Most definitely. I don't
Me
know.
too, dude.
Everybody's gonna be nervous
Me
going
too,
in for
really.
sure.
I mean,
Man.
think about it. Just think about it, right? You got 32. Just say all 33 drivers show up, which I hope they do. I hope every single person can show up and race.
Be awesome.
You got to think about it. Just imagine 20 to 25, hell, 32, 33 guys in a single file line.
Yeah,
mean,
we're gonna be hitting 255 down that back straightaway.
I mean,
We
it's
really
crazy.
do need to crank it up now.
I mean, it's crazy. And the thing is there's a lot of talent in here, and I know we're going to see 2 wide. We'll have 2 racing crews. I can promise you that.
Oh, most
It's gonna be
definitely.
fun.
I
It'll be
do.
fun.
I do want to add something though. If looking at the duels, there's 2 duels this week. Do you guys prefer to be in the first one, or do you guys prefer to be in the second one? Now, the first one, you're guaranteed to start on the inside. Second one, you're guaranteed to start on the outside. But
I only,
would you rather start second or
Yeah.
15th?
I think second would for me.
I want to be on the inside.
And to add to that, you also get to witness the first practice. It ain't
That's
like
right.
real
Yeah.
life, but you could witness the first practice if you're in the second duel. You'll be able to watch the first one. It could potentially benefit you. It ain't real life, but it could potentially
Yeah.
benefit you in the race. So
Yeah.
Yep.
there's a lot of
It's
things
nice
to
to see how
factor
it
in.
plays out. The
You know,
first one.
most people don't usually prefer a duel. Like me, I don't really prefer one. But it could benefit you if you're able to watch the first one just to see how guys race. But you're also going to be with, 15, 16 different guys.
They just
So,
watched it too.
yeah, exactly. So, do you guys have a preference on which duel you want to be in?
I I want to be in the first one.
It's a hard one, but I think I'll take the second one just to see kind of how everything played out in the first one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to
Yeah.
factor in. The
Yeah.
inside line is automatic inside, or the first duel is automatic inside starting position. You could start 15th, or you could start second
See
if you're
some
in
of
the
the different
second duel.
strategies.
And
Exactly.
one thing to think about is, if you're starting on the inside, that's usually where the bottleneck's at, right?
Mm.
Because you got guys coming through the gears, they're on the inside, they might bounce the apron a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's a toss up, right? So I mean, it's half a dozen, one or the other, you know what I mean? It's I don't know. I mean, to me, I would feel more comfortable starting on the outside just because I feel like I got more room
Yeah.
to take off. But I think once that train gets rolling down the backstretch and coming out of 3 and 4, I think you'll want to be on the bottom.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things to factor in, but it's also a long race. But the big one, you always got to talk
Yeah.
about the big one. It happens in real life, it happens in a video game. If the big one happens, you don't want to be caught up in it. The only difference is you get to repair your car, but you do lose a ton of track position, and you only make the risk of getting involved in a second big one even higher. And with 33 guys, we're going to have some
Yep.
guys flip it into the grandstands. Hopefully they have those nets high, but what you guys take there with, is the big one always in the back of your head? It's not real life, it is a video game, I keep stating that, but you lose a ton of track position.
Yeah, I mean, it's always in your mind, especially if something happens real early and then you have a caution or whatever, and you're sitting 16th, 17th, 18th. Yeah, it's gonna be very, very touchy. Um, it's gonna be like on pins and needles. I'm almost at a point where I think guys will maybe make a mistake trying not to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Potentially.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just try not to think about that. That's for sure.
If you're up front, first, second, third, fourth, I mean, you don't really feel the pressure that you do if you're in mid-pack or back. You know what I mean? You can relax a little bit more if you're up front.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to. I don't know anymore. I don't know whether to drive straight at it or just try to avoid it. It seems like it just lately here I've been not able to avoid it when it does happen.
Yep. Just pull a cold trickle, right?
Yeah, lately I've been just keeping it floored. I don't even like let just don't even let off. Just go.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah,
That's it.
it's a potential to happen. That's for sure. But I think once we get rolling, everything will be fine. We just
Yeah, I
gotta
do too.
get a couple laps in, and I think it could be
Yeah,
pretty fun.
so something else I kind of like to bring up. We have 3 races this weekend. You always want to start off the season with a good finish, good points today. It'd always be good to win Daytona, because really up for guys for anybody. Do you guys have any favorites? I'm not sure if you are able to look at the roster, Tizzle. You could probably find it somewhere, maybe on the Facebook page somewhere. But do you guys have any favorites? I'll read off a couple names here. Starting off with the C League, with Big Bird, Big Red, Bleachy Bones, Burntwood, Terror, Dave Ace, Smoka, Ernest, Macy, Miller Lite, Monster, Raceworks, Rambo, R-Tide, Shady, Stewart, Straight Edge, Trav, Walking Dead, and some other guys in there as well, Smooth Puppy, R-Tide. Do you guys have any favorites potentially for the C
I'm gonna
League?
go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and say if nothing happens to him, if he doesn't get in a wreck or something, I think Travis will win that race, the first race, if he's
Interesting.
He's able to. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your
Yeah.
reasoning there for him?
Well, I've raced with him in another league too, so I kind of know him from past leagues. He's a good guy. He's a. I think you guys will be shocked. He's a good racer. He's really respectful, and I think he's gonna win it actually for C League.
So
Hopefully
one
he
thing
shows
I
up. He
can
better
say,
show up now. Trav, you better show
yeah.
up if you're listening.
So with that being said, right? So we talk about Trav. Trav has actually moved up to the B League this season.
Oh, did he?
He we were running a little bit short on our B League guys because we had two guys leave because of work issues and whatnot.
Well, he's still my
So
pick for B too.
I went through just kind of looking and scouting and talking, and Trav will be moving up to B League, and so will Nowinski. He will also be moving up to B League. So
Those are
lost
two very
drivers in
deserving
the
guys.
C, but we still got a 20-car field in C League, which is tremendous. I got to
Yeah,
give
that's pretty
Shady.
good.
I got to give Shady all the props for that because
Yeah,
I'm
Shady.
kind of letting him oversee the C League, and he went out, did all the recruiting, and
Yeah.
got
Shady's a good
got
guy.
this roster together. So want to give a big shout out to Shady. Thank you, buddy, for what you do for FTR with, not just the C League, but the league in general, for doing the broadcast for our A League, week in and week out. We really appreciate you for that.
It generally gets
But-
better every time.
But with my pick for this week, or for the Daytona race, I'm going with Macy.
And what is your reasoning there?
Whoa.
It's a female, right?
Yeah.
So
First
she will
female
be
to ever
making her
lead a lap
debut
in
this week.
FTR.
she'll be making her debut this week, and we've been putting in a lot of time, effort, and work, and hopefully it'll pay off. But no pressure on her. It's just
Now let your granddaughter.
she'll be fine. I think she'll do really good. She's got a lot to learn, but that's my pick.
Alrighty. So there are your guys' picks. I actually almost forgot to make mine. Let me go through and look here. I have to say, if I'm going to go with the B-League guy, gotta go with my man Shady. I'm not too familiar with a whole lot of these C-League guys. One of them I do know is probably Smooth Puppy. Smooth Puppy has a good chance of getting it as well, but I gotta go with my man Shady. I watched him race Auto Club. I practiced with him. And the major improvement I seen, he went from the guy that couldn't go straight down the straightaway to outrunning me some laps at Auto
Yeah,
Club. He was running 38 lap times.
Yeah,
A couple
he was
months
running
ago,
quick.
he could barely get in 39s. You want to talk about major improvement? I gotta go with Shady. He did very well in the practices we had earlier this week. My pick's gonna go with Shady. Hopefully we don't do the commentator curse and jinx those three guys. But moving on to the B League, let me read off some names here for B League. We know we got JD's returning, Blazin. Both of them are returning for another season. Bowhunter, Bronco, Brewster, Chargers, Fanagi, Bubba, Lugnut. He's been on practicing a lot this week. Like we said, Travis Nowinski, Rodney, Tone Touch, some other guys as well. What's your guys' picks there?
Well, I already said Trav, so I have to go with him still in the league because he wasn't in C.
I
So
got
I'm
two.
sticking with him.
I got two.
You got jinx two guys this week.
I got two. My first pick is going to be the hot rookie last season. He came in late. He showed a lot of muscle right here at the end of the season. I'm going to go with Tone Touch as one of my picks. We ran a practice race earlier in the week, and he finished second right behind me and never left my bumper. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Tone Touch. And then my other pick is I'm going to go with Bronco I'm going to go with Bronco. He's always a strategy guy. He always brings a fast car to the track, and I look for him to do some good things this season as well, too.
There's definitely a lot of guys to choose from. You can clearly see the upper in talent, looking at all the C League guys, then you look at the B League guys, and then we'll take a look at the A. Um, it's really hard. There's a lot of guys. I hate to go with the same guy each week, and I'm not going to do that. Brewster Baker, I think he's going to run well. Chargers, I think he's going to run well. But I'm going to have to go with JD. JD he's the kind of guy, once he gets out front, I think those B-League guys are going to have a very hard time getting around him.
Yeah.
He's one of them B-League guys that knows how to make his own setups. And I think that's a big
He
plus.
would have been a second pick for me. So.
Yeah, I think he'd be a big plus for that. You know, he'd have an advantage. He can make his own setups, tune his own setups. I'm sure he'll find himself a good gear. He doesn't have a whole lot of practice this week. He's back on the road. But, yeah, I'm going to go with JD as my pick.
You know, JD's the wily veteran, right? And he knows he grew up on super speedway tracks, and I was going to pick JD, but
there's a lot of good people.
there's too many to pick. I can't pick everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I think JD's going to be right there. I think Blazing's going to be right there as well.
Yep.
Chargers going to be right there. I mean, if you look at any one of these guys that's running in this B League this season, it's like I said last season. Any one of these guys can win at any of these tracks we're going to. I mean, it's a toss-up, right? I mean, it's what we talk about. It's getting on and off pit roads. That's what's going to be. That's what's going to be a lot of determines a lot of these races this season, and it's going to be really huge at Daytona. And just very interested to see how it plays out.
It's stacked as well in the B League. It's less like the A League when you look at the competition.
It is, man. And think about it. These guys have already had a season together with each other, so they kind of know what kind of people moves, what they're going to make. They know what kind of setup they're going to bring to the track. They know what kind of strategies they're going to do. So it's going to be a little bit different this season because guys are already familiar with each other. So it's, man, to me, this is my spotlight group right now. I've said that from day one is these B League guys because, a lot of these guys can run in the A group right now. It's just, it's so competitive, man. Week in and week out. These guys put on a hell of a show.
Alrighty. So hopefully we don't jinx any of those guys. Good picks. It's like Billy said, it's really hard to pick. You can if you give one guy a shout out, you're gonna end up giving the whole freaking field a shout out.
That's gonna be this Sunday, right, Billy?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
So with that being said, we're gonna move on to what Billy calls the Elite A. A ton of guys. So where do I start? The MRL group has returned. Bad Martin and Lynch. Some FR guys.
Those guys back.
Definitely. Dan the Man. He's coming back. Bad Fast Marley. Me, Billy. J Tizzle as well. Some FR guys. Favre and Pittman. True Death. Mac Attack. Hollywood and Scoop. I just gotta go Scoop. He's returning. Gonna join us this season. Dark. He's making a return. Heavy's making a return. Bob, Drew, Chase, JCR boys, Proc, RCR has bumped up, Typical, some Pearly guys, Mike RPM, it's nice to see Mini Cooper and Palm Coast there as well, many guys know Reckless Racer, Robbie, Rub On 'em, Sludge, they're all returning, same as War, and Street, so that's 150 guys to choose from right there. I can give y'all 10 picks. Who do y'all got this week?
Man.
Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to tell you what. I'm going with myself.
Other than yourself, Billy. You got to pick somebody else.
Yeah, I was going to go with Billy, too. I was going to say I'd follow him.
I'm going HMS all the way, baby.
Mm-hmm. Billy's not a bad pick.
Yeah,
you gotta have confidence, right?
There's a ton of guys to choose from. If I had to choose somebody, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, do you have anybody you want to pick, Tizzle? Other than yourself, Billy, who you got?
I was going to say, because I was already thinking this, and I was going to say I would pick Billy because he's done pretty good here, and I would be following him if I saw him at the end. So, he's pretty fast. He knows the right line to take.
There are
You're,
a ton of guys to choose from.
It's
It's
yeah.
difficult.
I don't. It's gonna be
It's hard,
difficult,
man.
yeah.
I mean, it's hard.
It's gonna be
I mean,
difficult to find who to go with.
I could name 10 guys right off the bat. So I, but at the end of the day, I got to go with myself. Who you got,
Interesting.
Eagles?
Oh my
well,
gosh.
well, looks like I'm getting second because I'm following Billy.
There's a ton of guys to choose from. Um, oh my
I'll tell you
gosh.
what. I'll tell you what. I got another pick that I think has a really, 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 really good chance at winning this race, and that's War.
Yeah.
War has a good chance.
I,
War's willing to
I
work
was
with
just gonna say
anybody.
too. If War's gonna be somewhere right there trying to split me up, I
I
won't be.
think,
And
and
speaking of War,
he's our defending
Yeah.
Daytona winner.
that's what I was about to say. I want to say War won it last season.
He
And
did.
before that, I think Fanagi got it.
Yep.
So,
Who's you pick, Eagles?
oh my gosh.
You ain't getting out of it.
I can't go with myself. I'm not going to do that.
Tell you what, I'll do another one. I think I'm gonna go for a wild card one and go with Micah. See if Micah pulls
Micah
it
as well. I didn't mention Micah or Honda. Both of them, and McLovin if he races. Those guys as well are going to be racing next season.
It's anybody's race, really.
I have to say, during practice, the guys that worked best with each other were the FTR guys and the JCR guys. There's a ton of other groups in here. You got DSR, there's two DSR guys actually, some FRR guys,
I think
True,
the guy who
Pittman.
doesn't wreck is gonna win.
Those guys didn't work as well with each other, I don't feel. I have to go. If I'm not going to go with an FTR guy, I think I got to go with a JCR guy. I'm going to have to go with Clashing. JCR guys are top level. 90% of the guys in this league is top level, but they work with each other as well, if not better than the FTR guys did. The FTR guys worked together and won 2 of the 3 practices. The other one went to the JCR boys. So, and there was just 2 of them in that race, and they were able to outdo the field. So if it ain't gonna be FTR, it's probably gonna be JCR.
Yeah, I'll let you know who's gonna win stage 3.
I'll let you know who's gonna win after the checker flag drops.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a pretty good idea. Who's fast?
I mean, with this elite group, man, I don't know that I've ever seen a field with this many talented drivers in one field other than Pro League.
Pro League doesn't
I
have
really
33 guys though. I mean, this is incredible.
I know, but I'm just saying I mean,
14 guys, 33 guys. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, you got Chase, you got Mike RPM, you got Clashing, you got JWoww. You got
Talladega.
McLovin. I mean,
it's like 50%.
These guys. I mean,
there's like 5 groups. It's pretty much FRR versus JCR versus MRL versus FTR versus the rest of the field. What's the other one? HDS? Yeah. HDS. There's like 6 groups in this thing. This is insane.
I mean, that's what brings the excitement, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's gonna mix it up.
You're not really gonna tell who's who this race, but looking at the second race of the season, I think it's Pocono, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
No, Texas.
So, I mean,
Pocono, I think, is 3rd.
So I mean, you look at Texas. So I mean, that's where you're gonna the field's gonna kind of shake up a little bit, right? So I mean,
that's where I'm looking most forward to the season is next.
It's kind of a relax, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a relaxed track. So
I'm just looking to get back to those.
I'm sure everybody's going to be on edge this week. Between now and race day, everybody's going to be on edge. I mean, it's just
it's just a great unknown.
It is, man.
You don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, guys, 33 guys lining up to take the flag at Daytona.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you kind of have control of your own destiny a little bit more at another track rather than here, you know. I mean, you kind of do, but it's
yeah,
still luck
exactly.
too.
I mean,
like,
it's.
kind
I
of
mean,
like,
we got right at 70 drivers this season. I mean, look at our C League, 20 drivers. We got 15 in B. You
yeah.
know, I mean, that's a ton, guys. That's more than I could
I do
ever
have
dream of.
I do have to say though, Billy. Say you're sick. Say you broadcast the race. Say something happens. Other than Billy, who are you gonna go with?
I got
Me,
two picks in. I've already said one was War.
yeah.
My other
I
pick,
said
I'm going to have to
Micah
go
on
with
the other one.
Chase.
That's a
Yeah,
good
Chase.
pick.
That is a good pick.
I mean, the guy's he does unbelievable things on this game, and
If he shows up,
you know he'll be there.
oh, is he gonna
He'll
be
be
there?
there.
All right,
Yeah, he'll be
cool.
there, and you know he does. He does. He's super fast, man. I mean, he's
Yeah.
no matter where you go, he's always going to be there. So yeah, that'd be my two picks. I'd say either War or Chase.
And who was your
Yeah.
pick, Tizzle?
I said Micah for an upset.
Micah.
Like, you
So
know, I sort of,
Clashing, Micah, War, Chase.
and then
A lot of picks.
um, what was I
I mean,
gonna-
it's a toss up. I mean,
and then you got
there's,
Dark. You know, Dark's a
it,
good
it,
pick.
it's
You know?
all going to depend on. It's all going to depend on like any other race. Is if you're in a pack, say you got 4, 5, 6 guys in a pack that you're following, it don't take but one mistake from one of those guys, and that's where you kind of got to be on the communication, and
That's like
that
what we said
that
earlier.
pit
We're looking
road
for
can
those
make or
guys.
break you.
You're looking for those familiar guys.
Yeah, I
And
mean
you're
it's
like, oh, there they are. You're like, okay, and you're like, I
it's
know these guys. You know.
there's going to be a lot of riding.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of riding, and the pit road is going to make or break you.
Mm-hmm.
That's another
That's
factor as well. Yes.
you know.
Be the biggest
So
thing.
But let's go ahead and get the chat involved a little bit. We have several viewers out there. What does the chat think? What are your guys' predictions for mainly A-League, but any of the series?
all right, so if you look at the first response, War put out there, Macy Team HMS. So that was one of my picks.
That was.
So you got Proc out there in YouTube land. He says He said he's going with JD.
Oh yeah. JD.
Uh,
Another pick for JD. JD. Pressure
Lewinsky
zone.
says War.
Winsky says War. We got
I got
Shady
Big Rig
saying
out
Tone
there.
in the B League.
I got Big Rig and RCR out there. James. Lando Harris. Sweetie Lando 157. What's up? What's up out there, guys?
What's up, guys? Y'all got any kind of questions or anything? Anything y'all want to ask us?
Yeah, we love to get the chat involved.
Oh, I forgot about Proc too. Yeah.
I mean, it's a toss-up though.
Another
Like I
pick for
said,
War. War's a favorite out there.
Yeah, got a lot of people saying War as well.
That's your granddaughter, right, Macy? Billy?
That's my daughter.
Oh, okay.
How old do you think Billy
I thought it was
is?
a granddaughter. No, he's pretty old. He's old like me. We're old. You know, I mean, shit. I'm 44.
Heck yeah.
Shit.
Yeah,
Like,
right there with you.
I know he's somewhere close in there.
Oh
Yeah, Rookie says RCR wins Daytona with no question. We got more self-confidence out there. That's a big factor when it comes to racing, having self-confidence. That's for sure. Billy knows all
It
about
is.
that.
You definitely got to have that gut instinct to go at the right time and hit. You know, you can't hesitate. It's gonna be.
So, I want to kind of switch gears a little bit. So, we crowned a champion for season 3 this season. You know, just
We
last
did.
week.
We did.
I mean, what an exciting race! I mean, these guys put on a hell of a show in the B group for the last 2 races. You know what better way to run and end the championship at Auto Club, right? I mean,
Oh,
That's a dream, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
it's wide open.
yeah.
It's wide.
I'm gonna
It's
miss that
multiple
track
grooves.
when they
I mean,
finally it ain't on the games no more.
we've seen a lot of excitement.
I hope
Want to
they
give a
keep
big
it.
shout out to Micah Edwards on his B League championship. You know, he kind of came into the race with a heavy point lead, and kind of didn't slow him down. You know, he come out and won the first two stages, and got to give a big shout out to Chargers as well. You know, he put his car together and was able to come away with the win in the B group. You know, what a momentum booster. You know, heading into this season, right? What's you guys take on the race last week?
Wide
Oh, they
Open
were.
did win the A race, but Sludge won the Season 3 championship, so we have now crowned, like you said, Billy, the third champion. That's pretty incredible, being we have three separate champions in one series then as well for Micah. That's a big win for Micah, though. As we know, he has moved up to the A-League this season. It'll be awesome racing against him. He was very quick in the high side race last week, whenever we ran Homestead. I think that was 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago. He was very
Yep.
quick there. And just a shout out there, guys. For anybody watching, if you are not in yet, I have had some guys message me wanting to get in, so second they give me their number, more than welcome to come in and race with us. Starting next Monday, we'll be having our season opener at Daytona. We are running the exact same schedule as FTR, so it'll be a good practice, mainly for the A-League guys, but it'll be the day after the B and C races, so just kind of a fun race for those guys. Anybody's welcome. If you're not in the league, you're still welcome to come race with us. Billy's co-owner as well, so is there anything you want to add to that, Billy?
Yeah. I mean, just if you want to come in and get a lot of practice for FTR as well, you can use it for that. I mean, that's
That's a
basically
great
what it's
simulator.
designed for.
It's like a simulator for the race coming up.
Yeah, it
Yes.
is. I mean, it's because you're going to run the exact same schedule. Like we'll run high side on Monday, and then you turn back around and
Yeah.
run FTR on Wednesday. So it's kind of you kind of get to shake your car down and be able to run a 50% race and know what your car is going to do and be able to make adjustments for FTR on Wednesday night. So like Eagle said, we're open and welcome to everyone. You know, if you want to race. If you want to race part time, that's fine as well. You know, we know people. You know, they can't make every single race sometimes due to family or work schedule or whatever. But we'd love to have you. So uh, yeah, just kind of looking forward to getting that's season 3. That'll be season 3 for High Side.
That
So
will be season... I think it will be season 3. No, it's season
Is
4.
it three? Yeah.
It'll be season 4.
I thought it was.
yeah, I think yeah, that's right. Season 4. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So, High Side has definitely been around for a while as well. It's been more hit and miss, though. We take more of a couple months off in between seasons. But, we're finishing up season 3 this season. This Monday we'll be crowning our third champion. Going into next season, though, will be our fourth season. So, that's definitely... We're on the same track as FTR. Just a little bit lower grade. We've been kind of hit and miss. We started last January. And, was really fun last January when we raced. We had like 20 guys show up for Atlanta, and they were fast
Yep.
guys as well. So we have more fast guys this season. Definitely looking forward to it. Had some guys message me today, and I'll be fixing to add them. Well, we have, I think, over a 16-man roster now, so
Yeah,
that's
that was really fun.
that's good.
Yeah.
I wish I could have kept running that series. It was. I'll be here. I'll be there here and there. But
Oh yeah, you're
yeah,
welcome
that
any
that
week.
that All Star race was fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I do plan on doing more races like that. Can't be as flexible as I'd like to be because it is supposed to be a practice for Wednesday. So I don't want to screw with the races too much to where
Yeah.
it isn't much of a practice for Wednesday, but we'll see what we can do with it. It's really all for fun. You know, that's kind of why we allow part-time guys. Just race whenever you can. It's going to be a lot less pressure this coming season. And it's going to be like something we've never done before. So I've got some ideas for it, and I'm sure Billy as well. So, any final thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, just like we said, anybody's welcome. We'd love to have you. If you want to come run with us, just some extra practice for you guys, or it can be your main league, however you want to call it. And one thing I want to add is, the season champion next season for High Side will receive a trophy as well. Season ending champion will have a trophy to give away. So yeah, just looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to get it going.
That's incredible. Um, really excited to get it going. Billy has been a tremendous help when it comes to running High Side. Last January, I messaged Billy and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna start a league if you want to be co-owner. Help me out with some things, and because Billy's a lot more popular guy than I am, so if I can't get somebody to come race, he typically can. And he's also had some ideas, and he's been a big help. I've missed some races in season 1, I think. So that's awesome. Me and Billy were able to put something pretty good together there, and glad we have some support this coming season. This past season has been our most successful. We have not had less than 11 or 12 guys show up. The first 2 seasons we started with like 20 guys and finished with like 6. So to see the commitment by guys this season has been incredible. We've had only 3 or 4 guys leave all season. Typically we have 10 guys, 12 guys. Typically not even half the field is left by the end of it. And this season the commitment has been great, and next season will be even better. And
Yep.
the rules out will once we finish up. I'm kind of waiting to get everything out there until we finish this season, because I want to focus on crowning our champion this Monday, and Billy going to be back to back.
It's possible.
Wow.
We'll just
When
have
you
to
look
wait and
at
see
these
how the
lineups,
cards
man,
play out.
these lineups are like an all-star lineup. I mean, they're just like, you, it's like better than NASCAR. I mean, they're just like a star, like in every division.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Most definitely. And I'm really excited to get the high side season and the FTR season going. It's going to be a good duo, and
It's a great partnership.
most definitely. What else do you guys want to bring up?
So did you guys do any racing this week? I mean, any kind of recaps on how your week went in racing? And racing any other leagues or anything going on?
Um,
Uh,
Tizzle?
just those practice races. I did a practice, a couple of the practice races, but
Do
I
you
just
run in any
mainly
other
just shake
leagues,
down my
Tizzle?
car. What's that?
Do you run in any other leagues, Tizzle?
No, I currently no. I just do one. That's all. I used to do like 4 or 5 at a time. I
Oh
just
yeah.
went down to one now because I've been working a whole lot more. I kind of took over some duties and more money, but yeah, definitely more hours. And it's hard
Uh,
too because I'm like West Coast, so all the times are right on. When I'm getting off, you guys are been home, for a few hours.
Yep.
I do
But
have to say, I've run a ton more practice this week. I've run like probably 5 practice races at Daytona, and they've all been fun. Been some great racing, and I think I mentioned earlier about having like 25 car field, and I didn't even have
it's
3 cautions all race, was just, and that's all 3 series combined. So that definitely shows the skill level. Um, I'm really excited. We made our predictions, made our recap from last week. Congrats to Micah and Sludge on winning the championship. Um, what else? Is there anything else you want to bring up, Billy?
Um, I've had a pretty busy week this week.
I
Um,
bet.
we raced. We had our championship race. At Auto Club um, Sunday. Did fairly well. Had a good car. Just came up just a little bit short there in the end and finished second to Wide. And I want to congratulate Wide on his win uh, last week for the season-ending championship race. He unfortunately can't run with us this season because of a scheduling conflict. So kind of wish him the best in his other leagues and endeavors and everything. And then Monday we headed to in the High Side League for the first playoff race. We headed to Homestead. Had a really good car there. Just I
We
thought
were at
Micah was gonna
Chicago.
have it there at the end.
Chicago.
And yeah, sorry, yeah, Chicago.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the week before. Shit. Um, yeah, I had Chicago last week. Just came up a little bit short, and glad to see Street Machine get a win in High Side last week. He had a really good car as well. I did too. Um, and then took Tuesday off. I think I might have practiced a little bit for Daytona Tuesday, and then Wednesday in the GC League we headed to Martinsville. That about killed me. Um, it was playoff race number 2.
Martinsville. Ugh.
Finished 5th in that race. Made my way into the
Oh, right on.
Final Four for the championship coming up next week at Homestead. So kind of looking forward to that. Maybe I can snag a victory maybe and pull off the championship over there. But a lot of good competition over there.
Most definitely.
And then just been practicing. Just been practicing a little bit of Daytona. Did a couple practice races. And I think I'm good to go. I'm ready.
Something else I did want to mention. Something else I did want to mention for next Friday. We will have War on the show. So that'll definitely be fun. Be super excited to have War on next week. Definitely want to thank Tizzle for coming on with us tonight. It's been a blast. Really appreciate you coming on tonight, Tizzle. Hopefully you had some fun.
Yeah,
We definitely
absolutely.
enjoy this new podcast. I've had a ton of fun last week with Billy and this week with you and Billy. It's been a lot of fun. It's just something new that not a lot of leagues do, if any. It just kind of gets everything out there. If you're behind on anything, it all gets caught up on the podcast. Just tune in, and we kind of try to touch on anything. If there's anything the chat knows that we haven't touched on, feel free to message there, and we'll be sure to touch on it. Kind of doing everything off the top of our heads. But this is really fun. I have a blast doing this. This was Billy's idea, and I was just able to add to it, get a guest every week, and I really appreciate you joining us tonight, Tizzle. Is there anything else you guys want to touch on?
No, man. It's yeah. Just everybody have a good weekend, and I'm sure we'll see them on the track at some point practicing this weekend.
I want to say thank you to Jay Tizzle for joining us tonight. It's always a blast talking to you, man, and enjoy racing with you every week. And another special guest that will be on here next week is Miss FTR. Will be joining us next week.
Oh,
That'll be fun.
So
We'll have 2 guests next week.
if you guys want to tune into that, you can probably hear her give me some heck. But I gotta give her, I gotta give her a big shout out too, because she supports what I do. Um, God knows it takes up a lot of my time, and just really appreciate her for everything. And she will be joining us next week, so should be awesome. Want to say thanks to everybody that's tuned in out here in YouTube land. We appreciate you guys every single time we go live, and hopefully you guys enjoy our races. Hope you guys enjoy us up here in the booth. We try to make it fun and exciting for you guys, because without you guys and all the racers, FTR wouldn't be where it is now. So want to give a big shout out to those who support us every week. Shady for doing the broadcasting every week. Heavy Duty for joining me in the booth. And RCR has been coming on board with us as well, doing us stuff in the booth. Eagles has joined us, McLovin. We've had a lot of different guys in there, but just want to give everybody an extended thanks for that. And I tell
There's
you
a
what,
lot
you
of
don't want to
people
miss
that
a
make it
race.
go round.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to miss a race this season, because it's going to be very, very exciting.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that's gonna do it. Really appreciate Jay Tizzle joining us tonight. It's been a blast. And
yeah, no problem, man.
yes,
It's
sir.
been fun.
Yeah, we
I
appreciate
I
having
can't
you.
wait to get to the track. Yeah, actually, we got to
That's it.
start. I just can't wait to see. I mean, I just can't imagine by the end of this year all the times and all the leaderboards are going to change even more. I mean, these guys, everybody's so competitive in here.
So one thing I do want to add is if you're not familiar about our upcoming races, this Sunday, tune in 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We
Yeah.
will kick off our C League. You can check out those races on FTR Racing League on YouTube. And then immediately following that, we will jump into our B League.
It's gonna be some good racing.
They will roll off probably between 8 and 8:20. They'll kick their season, qualifying and duels underway, and then you can check us out, our A group on Wednesday night. We will roll off at 8 o'clock, so you definitely don't want to miss it because it's gonna be hyped up. It's already hyped up. You really wanna watch these races coming up. It's only dual races, but you'll get a little sneak peek on what you're gonna see.
I like to see what strategy goes like too.
Yeah, you'll definitely see what's gonna be going on this season. So, thank you guys. I really appreciate everybody.
Yeah,
Yes,
thanks,
sir.
Billy.
Appreciate having you guys tonight. Appreciate you joining us tonight, Jay Tizzle and Billy. Make sure to see you next week. Excited to to have probably a weird conversation next week. Mrs. FTR joining us along with War, so that'll definitely be a ton of fun. We'll have 2 guests next week, and we'll have a race to recap. 3 races to recap.
Yeah.
Well, actually, oh my gosh,
Bunch
12?
bunch of races.
2 duels for C, 2 for B, 2 for A. That's like 8 races or 6 races. So we'll have a ton of races to recap. They should all be broadcasted. It'll be a ton of fun. A lot of racing. All starting Sunday. So,
That's it.
be a ton of fun.
Yep. FTR, baby.
Yeah.
Yep. Until next time, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace out.